Hey there in YouTube land. So here we are tonight. Happy Friday the 13th. And I guess since it just reached over 12, it's Happy Valentine's Day. So 2 for 1. I actually spent the night. My better half wasn't feeling very well tonight. So we just relaxed after a hard week of work. A very hard week actually. Got hit with a bunch of snow. And we just sat back. We watched Friday the 13th Part 2 on Blu-ray. And I actually saw it on Blu-ray for the first time. I haven't bought that, this tin set that's out there. I kind of regret not buying that now because it is kind of nice. I'm hoping that another one comes out next year, but I still want the tin. I may have to get it. I'm a huge rebuyer of Friday the 13th. It's one of my favorite franchises. And Part 2 looked really, really good on Blu-ray. So, yeah. Anyway, we're here to talk about the big announcements. Earlier on this week, Scream Factory announced that on Friday the 13th, they'd be making some announcements, basically some updates to talk about some of the stuff that they've put out, that they're putting out. Some let us see some covers that we hadn't seen, some what some of the bonus features are on some of the movies, and basically there would be a couple surprises put in there, but they wouldn't let us know what it is. So after that announcement, we found out that Arrow was going to be making a big announcement on the day before Friday the 13th. So this is really good for fans of genre and cult stuff right now, because you've got the dueling, the competing companies, and we end up one way or another, we end up getting a lot of really good stuff that we probably wouldn't have gotten or had to wait for, or wouldn't gotten such good additions if it wasn't for the fact that two companies kind of want to go against each other in this type of thing. So here we go. Let us talk about Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. No, I got it in my mind now. And we'll talk about that in another video. I've talked about Friday the 13th a lot. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite franchise, I gotta say. But here we go. Arrow made their announcements first. So first we're going to talk about the Arrow announcements. And first off, we heard that basically the Long Good Friday was going to have a steelbook. But not only that, there's going to be a Long Good Friday Mona Lisa set coming out, like a big set. I've got Long Good Friday on the, and I think it's an Anchor Bay. I'm not sure, but it's got like a slip cover, which I'm sure you guys slip cover fans will love. It's got a really nice slip cover and a lot of features. So I'm kind of interested in that. I do like Bob Hoskins. They're good films. Mona Lisa and The Long Good Friday are both really good films. Then they announced Burt Lancaster, the movie Train. So I'm kind of on board for that one too. I'm on board for Train. So that was good. It wasn't like these weren't overwhelming. These are good movies. Nothing where I was like, yes, oh finally I'm getting Train. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy Train. That's a good movie. Then they announced Retaliation. I'm like, okay, it's another Yakuza movie. I dig some of those. Maybe I'll look into those later on. And when they're cheap or something like that. And then they announced the big one, Society. And for a lot of horror fans, Society is a big. It's one that we kind of wanted to see come out. And I think, if I'm correct, it's Billy Warlock from Days of Our Lives who starred in Society. It's a very it's not the movie for everyone, but it's definitely a horror, one of those cult classics that horror fans kind of want to see, and we wanted to see out on a good edition for a long time. So kudos to Arrow for getting an amazing coup there. That Society's a big one for the horror fans that were looking and waiting for this one. Yeah, this was a huge one. So in order to get to the Scream Factory ones, I'm going to go to the Facebook page because I had this written down, but I think the best way to do this is to talk about it one by one. I'm going to let you know what I think won out in this battle of the announcements after we go through them. And you may be surprised, actually. So what we found out, first off, is that, well, not first, I'm going to do the more, basically, what I leave the big stuff for last, I guess. Class 1984 is coming out. It's got a new high-definition transfer. New interviews with Mark Lester, the director, composer Lalo Schifrin, actor Lisi Langolis, and Aaron Noble. We got new career retrospective from Perry King. Of course, he did Riptide, so hopefully he'll talk about Riptide. We got an audio commentary with Lester, and we got some other featurettes, stuff like that. They showed the covers to Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, and I completely fell in love. So I'm going to show you. You got Sleepaway Camp and Phone Tear up in the background there. So this is a cover to Sleepaway Camp 2. And if you know this movie, you know the awesomeness of this cover, and you know what the other cover is going to be. So if you're a traditionalist, don't worry, the other cover will be on the other side of it, which is... But what's even better is for the movie that's not as good as Sleepaway Camp 3, though it's still fun. This cover really captures it, and it's Sleepaway Camp 3. I'd heard that they were going to be collector's editions, but I wasn't sure. But find out that not only are they collector's editions, but they're Blu-ray DVD combo packs. And just can't wait to see what features are going to put on these, because it's one of my favorite franchise things. So we'll get to that afterwards. Also, we're able to report on the dates of some releases. We know that the street dates for Food of the Gods and Emperor of the Ants, one that I'm picking up, is May 26th. So I can pre-order those pretty soon. They had a few more announcements, and here are the two that are big for me. First off, they announced this movie. I'm Madman. It's a really unique, cool horror film that if you haven't seen it, I honestly, seriously recommend you checking it out. It's just a really fun movie. You got Jenny Wright, Clayton Rohner, who you've seen in April Fool's Day. Come on, you must have seen the original April Fool's Day, guys. See it. And just directed by the guy that directed the classic horror film The Gate. And I can't lie, I was hugely excited about that. But for me, personally, for Aaron, for the stuff that I like, I was at work, and my good friend, Matthew Parsonberger, texted me, and he asked me, is this double feature any good? And I thought, is he getting this from like Germany or England or something like that? Because I'd really like to get that, but I'd like a decent double feature of it. And he asked about this. Ghost House and Witchery. And for those who don't know, Ghost House is actually one of my favorite Italian horror films. It's really different and weird, and I like the way that it uses sound and recordings and voices and creepy clown dolls and little girls. It just blew my mind. It's like things that scared me were all put into this little like cheesy movie that for some reason at one point was considered to be like an unofficial Evil Dead sequel, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's by Umberto Lenzi, and Ghost House was a long-time favorite of mine, one that I don't even think got a DVD release. So seeing it come on straight to Blu-ray, extremely excited. And it's got The Witchery. The Witchery is a movie starring Linda Blair and David Hasselhoff. It actually was called, in some places, Ghost House 2. It really has nothing to do with Ghost House. Nothing at all. Well, there's a tape recorder in it, and there's a tape thing in Ghost House. I'm guessing that's where they got it from. But either way, it's a really fun, cheesy time, and it's not hard to see where my excitement and allegiance lie for this for these announcements. I mean, as far as if we're talking just some classic stuff and some cool stuff. I mean, Arrow, solid announcements across the board, good films. Society, for horror fans, it's above. Everyone that I know that's a big horror fan, they're going to grab Society. No doubt about it. I'm going to grab Society. And when Arrow announced Society, I mean, I just went through all the rest of them, and there's some classic. Long Good Friday is a classic film. It's a great film. Train, another is up. Anything with Burt Lancaster. I got Brute Force from Arrow there, and so those were good releases. Those were but Society got me pumped. I was excited to see somebody finally putting a Society. There's so many good companies putting stuff right now, but again, I am the horror guy, the 80s cheesy, love it horror guy. I love the cheesiness. I love the the blood and the uniqueness and the weird strangeness, and it's weird and strange and bloody and stuff as Society is, and it's a different level, different style. I Madman is one I've been wanting for a long, long time. So it almost seems like sacrilege to say to some people, but I really, really wanted to see this movie get a decent release. So having I Madman come out, that was a genius for me. And at the same time, to find out that Ghost House, the one that scared the freak out of me when I was a kid, and I was a teenager, and getting Witchery as like a bonus, that was, man, yeah, I was completely stoked, completely excited about that. So both of those releases, I know I'm getting the day they come out. Witchery, Ghost House, I may even pre-order those, and I know for sure. I looked at the Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. I'm definitely pre-ordering those. I want the posters of those. Those are sexy ass movies, man. And I really did have a crush on Pamela Springsteen, completely did. Though, you know what got me to see Sleepaway Camp 2? And I'm going to be honest here. You guys know from now, if you watch any of my videos, that I'm a fan of soap operas, and especially the 80s stuff, but when I was younger, that I used to watch a lot of. Well, one of the actors on in Sleepaway Camp 2 is, I think it's Brian Clark. Oh, man. I want to say Brian Clark Thompson, but I'm not sure that's right. Oh, man. Anyway, he played Grant Putnam on General Hospital. And I have epilepsy, so his character was like supposedly a nice guy, but he turned out that he was evil, and he was actually drugging his wife, and she wouldn't remember because he was giving her phenobarbital. And that kind of caught my attention, because being someone that has epilepsy, I take phenobarbital. So it was kind of cool to see like the evil secret agent drugging her and knocking her out with the pill that I take twice a day on a daily basis, with pretty much not much more or different dosage. But it was just a cool thing. So when I saw, oh, he's in this, I gotta check that out. And is this the same Sleepaway Camp? Because it was a different actress. And this was back the day before, the internet was around, so that you were like Googling stuff and all that. So I just went and watched Sleepaway Camp 2. I'm like, this is hilarious. This is awesome. And then I watched Sleepaway Camp 3, which again was fun. Michael Pollard is in that one. And yeah, they play by Belt Buckle. Just, you gotta see it. It's great to be. Well, I said before when I was on here, this is a golden age of collecting, and I'm so standing by that right now. I mean, there's just so much great stuff that's been announced, that's coming out. Just incredible stuff that I'm so excited to see. And Arrow, damn good announcements. Society is a killer announcement. But for me, this is just me and my preferences. Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3's released artwork, Class of 1984's excellent special features, a double feature of Witchery and Ghost House, and I'm Madman. And not just that, but aside from the extras that were announced for that, I was looking for this here. When you're really looking for something, what happens? This is what happens. Just sticks on that like little thing that kind of doesn't go anywhere. There were other features announced anyway. Let's see if we can find any of these. They announced the final artwork for a couple other films. So that's Tentacles, Reptilicus, double feature. Yeah, and just Robot Jocks. course, the classic cover, and I'm glad they got classic cover for this one here, is Howling 2. I cannot wait to add that one next to my my Howling 1 Blu-ray. Just some great stuff, and they announced some features too as well that I'm not seeing here right now, but I know that they found an interview from I think it's yeah, Belinda Blasky, and they also got a brand new audio commentary with Burt I. Gordon on Food the Gods. So again, great announcements, guys. So here it comes, the golden age. I told you it was the golden age of film collecting, of horror collecting, of genre collecting, of cult collecting, and we've got some great stuff. Two great companies that I absolutely adore. Just look behind me. I really do adore these companies. I buy a lot of their stuff. And then some great stuff. Society, it's finally coming, guys. I know you guys have been waiting for a long time to see Society come out. We're finally getting it. It's great. I'm sure Arrow's going to do an amazing release on that one. Cannot wait to get that one in my collection. Every one of those Scream Factories that I mentioned there is going in that collection of Scream Factories over there. I just love the way that they do the stuff. Arrow and Scream Factory have not let us down. So who wins this one? For me, personally, I like Scream Factory's announcements a little bit more because there's just a little bit more for me as the horror fan, as the cheesy cult type movie fan. I think a lot of people are going to be loving these Arrow announcements, though, especially Society. You're going to have the community, the horror community, really excited about Society, but I'm hoping that a lot of these people are going to give the same type of love to Ghost House and I'm Madman, because I know we've been asking for that one for a long time. So, guys, what do you think? What do you think of the Arrow announcements and the Friday the 13th Scream Factory announcements? I know that some people, myself included, were wondering if maybe down the road they'll announce a Friday the 13th box set at Halloween. And who knows, maybe they can. That's a rights issue. Will they ever get that? I'm not sure. But there's a Friday the 13th movie coming out next year in theaters. I would love to see a new release of the box set. I know a lot of people just bought the steel one, so they might feel a bit burned and not want to rebuy so soon. But I think if Scream Factory took it and put in the work and the love and the features and stuff that was put into Halloween and did it like that and gave them like those individual black cases and one of those sexy case type things again, love to see that happen. And then again, that's just a dream right now. That's not even anything remotely like being rumored or anything like that. That's just a fantasy of mine that I wouldn't mind seeing happen. Great stuff, great releases, great announcements. Guys, have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Hug your better half. Make sure that she knows or he knows that you love them. And remember, all this is great fun. So enjoy it. Enjoy Valentine's Day. Enjoy your time with your better half. Enjoy your time just together. My better half wasn't feeling well, and it was Friday the 13th, and she's not a big fan of horror or anything like that, but she sat down and she watched Friday the 13th Part 2 with me, which I think was amazing of her, and I really, really appreciated it, because I really wanted to see it. I bought the movies earlier, and I had not yet gotten to see it. I got, like, the double features came out here in Canada for Friday the 13th 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Which I think I'm not sure, are they over in the States too? I know they're Canadian releases, but sometimes they get shipped over there. And Part 3 actually has 3D glasses in it, so I kind of want to see what the 3D Analgraph 3D looks like on the Blu-ray edition as opposed to the DVD edition, because I heard there is a difference. Thanks for watching. Happy there. The giant lobster head up there says Happy Valentine's Day in his very red Valentine's-y way. Hope you guys had a great Friday 13th. Hope you guys watched some great Friday 13th films. But I hope you're not so excited about Friday 13th that you don't that you forget to like go see the girl that's standing by your side or the guy that's by your side, and let them know how much that they matter. Have a great night. For me right now, it's seriously is time for tea. I love big announcement days. I'm just like a kid on Christmas. Pamela Springsteen. My secret, not so secret crush.